Team of the Season FUT Champs starts tomorrow. Today I'm going to be providing all of my custom tactics that I'm going to be using to go and get rank 1 for every team of the season. So guys, first of all, if you want to see me play my games live tomorrow, Friday, about 10:30 PM UK time, we'll be live on twitch.tv/Vipalization. With that being said, let's get into the custom tactics. For cheap FIFA 23 coins, make sure to check out MMOEXP.com to get fast and reliable coins. And make sure you use code VIPER at checkout, get yourself a 5% discount. Then guys, we're going to go from ultra defensive all the way to ultra attacking, and these are the tactics that I am going to use to go and get rank 1. I hope on 2 of my accounts I've got a Road to Glory and a pay to win. This is the pay to win. It's not too much for pay to win at the moment, but during Team of the Season Champs, I'm sure I'll upgrade my team an awful lot. So, first formation is going to be the 5-4-1. Now, it's a very defensive formation, and you have to make sure that you can interchange players into different positions for all of these different formations we are going to be using. But this one is to hold on to a lead. So the great thing about the 5-4-1, first of all, is the wing backs linking up with the right mid and left mid. You can get the overlaps going there, and you can get overloads on them sides as well if you want to. So it doesn't just work as a defensive formation. You can certainly use it to attack as well. But there's one issue with this formation that I'm going to have to solve if I do ever switch into it, and that's the striker. Kenny Dalglish is not good enough for this formation. He has to be an outlet. It needs to be someone like Wout Weghorst, Tammy Abraham, someone like that can knock the ball down for you and hold up the play. So make sure you have someone nice and strong if you ever switch into this formation. At striker, he's on stay central and stay forward, and the reason for that is we need him to be that focal point, that outlet. If we're under a lot of pressure, that is what the striker is meant to be doing in this formation. So as I said, Tammy Abraham, Wout Weghorst, if you still got him, players like that are really good in the air, able to knock the ball down for you, are going to be crucial to this formation. Our right mid and left mid are both on comeback on defense and stay wide. Because we're defending here, we'll be able to get 2 more players back as well with your left mid and right mid, which means you're going to have 7 in defense, which is really nice. At a bare minimum, we haven't even covered the centre mids yet, but they're good to go forward as well. You know, you can get them to go forward, L1 on the controller to push them forward if ever needed. As I said, link ups with the wing backs as well. Make it very viable to have them on comeback on defense for this formation. And the reason I want to stay wide, we've got enough in the middle. We've got our 2 midfielders. We've got our striker, which will also be able to support us as well in the midfield. So come back on defense for both the left mid and right mid for this defensive formation. Our 2 centre mids are going to be Joe Cole and Marcel Sabitzer. Sabitzer is on stay up while attacking and cover centre, whilst Joe Cole is on balance attack, and that's it. The reason he's on balance is he's another outlet going forward, so you don't just have the one striker up there. You're able to pass the ball back. You're able to get some link-up play with one of your midfielders, and Joe Cole is in there to do that for me. Not very good defensively, but I think we've got enough in terms of defending with Sabitzer, Mbappe, Martial, and the entire defensive line. So stay on attacking on one of your midfielders and then balance on the other. You can also put him on cover wing or cover centre, whatever you prefer. I want him on cover wing though, because I don't really care about him in the defensive section. He is there to link up the play with your striker. Then as we move on to our 2 defend, or wing backs I should say, they're both on stay back while attacking, and that's all we've got on them. Want them to stay back while attacking because, as I said, this is defensive, but also you could put them on overlap. The reason I haven't put them on overlap is I don't mind them getting into the kind of position where Joe Cole is and Sabitzer, and kind of providing that extra bit of support to the midfield as well when needed. And then Mbappe and Martial, our right mid and left mid, can come back and cover in the wing back position. So that is why that is set up like that. Then for your defenders, make sure your 2 outside centre backs have good agility and balance. You know, Blanc and Eder Militao are pretty good with jockeying, so you've got them on the outside. And whoever your tallest is and best in the air, make sure you have him in the middle, and make sure they're good at passing and dribbling as well. Virgil van Dijk's team of the year is very good at doing that. And then guys, moving into the tactics for the 5-4-1, we're on balance, 50 width and 55 depth. I'm going to go through all of these first, and I'm going to go through and tell you why I've got them set to what they should be. Long ball for the build-up play. You know, long balls are very good for this formation, and specifically, once again, for the striker. Direct passing is just the best. Chance creation, I absolutely love this tactic, and I use it all the time. 50 width, low players in the box there. We've got 4 corners and free kicks both on 1. First of all, the width. You don't need to drop this anymore. You don't need to put it any higher. You've got your width with the wing backs on the left mid and right mid. Depth, I like to have a little bit higher than 50 all of the time because I don't want to invite pressure. So having this a little bit higher if you've got the best centre backs on the game, or some of, you know, up there with the best centre backs on the game, have this a little bit higher and you will be successful. As I said, long ball is there for the striker and getting it up to him nice and quickly, and he's there to receive it as well. Direct passing, as I said, it's going to be a tactic you're going to see a lot throughout this video, and it's no different here. The best tactic on the game, in my opinion. And the 50 width, once again, for the attacking side of things, you don't need any more. You know, your wing backs are so wide anyway that you don't need to switch this. Players in the box, 4, because you don't want to have too many in there when you're attacking, because you don't want to be really whipping it into the box with this formation. And tactics, so low on that one. Corners and free kicks, just because you don't want to invite pressure or get countered from corners. So that is why we have that on one as well. Now then, guys, on to the defensive. It's going to be the 4-2-3-1 here. Stay forward, stay central on my striker, which is Mbappe. Once again, should be a focal point here, but Mbappe's not bad in the air, and he's not really the worst in terms of strength. So Mbappe up front with stay central and stay forward. Our 2 outside cams are both on get into the box for cross. You could put them on come back on defense. I think that's too defensive, though, even for this formation. So make sure you just have them on get into the box for cross. And your middle cams stay forward and stay on the edge of box for cross, as we want them providing, we want them getting the assists, we want them being a playmaker, and that is why he is on stay forward, Joe Cole, in this scenario. As I said, though, if you get a focal point here, once again, Tammy Abraham, a perfect example of it, would be great in this formation, as it's only a 1 striker formation. And then for our 2 CDMs, we've got Sabitzer on cut, pass and lane, stay while attacking and cover centre, and then Gundogan is on only cover centre. The reason for that is we want Gundogan to have a bit more freedom going forward and to provide to the cams and the striker. And he's got good long shots as well. You know, the 92 version of Gundogan now. And that is the reason you should always have 2 players here. One that's very defensive and one that's really good going forward. That is what we have. Sabitzer can also go forward, has good passing, has really good strength and defending stats to be able to play that defensive mid role. And then for our 2 fullbacks, just stay back while attacking in this one once again. As I said, it is defensive still. It's got a bit more going forward though. So this is a great formation once again for you if you want to hold on to a lead. But you want a bit more attacking intent than the 5-4-1. And this is why the 4-2-3-1 is still considered to be one of the best formations on the game. And is very good at holding on to leads and defending leads. And also being able to go forward and score goals as well. Tactics for these ones, guys, are going to be 50 width, 60 depth, balance, direct passing, 65 width on the attacking side of things. We've got 6 players in the box here, and then corners and free kicks are both on 2. Just to go through these once again real quick, balanced, don't need anything else on the 4-2-3-1. Anything else is a bit risky. You know, constant pressure on heavy touch you could probably get away with, but that's too attacking and too aggressive for this defensive formation. 50 width, just because you've got your width with your fullbacks, and everybody else can help out as well. You know, your cams can help out, your wide cams. Depth, 60. Once again, as explained in the previous one, don't want to invite pressure. So if you have very good centre-backs, very fast centre-backs, very good centre-backs in terms of agility and balance, have this above 50 at all times. I find it to be really successful. Bullet play on this one is balanced, but we've got the direct passing once again with a bit more width on the attacking side of things this time, because we want our cams, our right mid or ram and lamb, to stay quite wide. So a bit more width on this one is important. Players in the box is 6 for this one as well, just so we can get some goals from this formation, because it's not entirely defensive, right? So allow yourself to have a bit more attacking intent with having a few more players in the box. And then, guys, as we move on to my starting tactic, it's going to be the 4-1-2-1-2 narrow. Kenny Dalglish and Kylian Mbappe up front. We've got one of them on stay forward, stay central, getting behind, and the other one on just stay central and getting behind. The reason Mbappe is not on stay forward here is because he's quick. He's able to get back and track back when needed. So having him on basic defence support is quite good in my opinion, just to provide a little bit more support to the midfield when needed. Kenny Dalglish, your dribbler, your 5-star weak foot, is very, very good to have on stay forward, stay central and getting behind. He is there just to bang goals at all times. And my cam in this case is going to be Anthony Martial. This is probably the most important position in the 4-1-2-1-2 narrow, because if you don't have them on stay forward, they drift into really strange positions. So make sure your cam is on stay forward in this formation at all times. And then, guys, we have 2 centre mids here. I've got one of them on get forward and the other one on basic. I should really switch that around. So Joe Cole is the one that can get forward, and it creates 4 in attack then, which is really nice. Gundogan is there to be that box-to-box, get up and down the pitch, whilst Joe Cole's meant to be a bit more attacking and provide that extra attacking threat there. And your CDM, very, very important. These positions here in this formation specifically, your 1 CDM needs to be very, very good. Cut passing lanes, stay out while attacking and cover centre. Crucial to the CDM in this formation. make sure you have an absolute demon of a CDM here as well, guys, because they are your only cover for your back line. So they need to be really fast, really strong, really good at getting across the pitch, really good at passing under pressure as well. Sabitzer is very good at all of them things. So Marcel Sabitzer is my CDM for this formation. And fullbacks on stay back while attacking again. But guys, if you know me, if you've watched my videos for a few years, or even the last 6 months, you'll know up and left on the D-pad to overrun the stay back while attacking to get the fullbacks going forward is very, very important. If you need a goal, putting them onto up and left on the D-pad to make them attacking fullbacks and overriding the stay back while attacking will help you an awful lot. So if you need to do that, you can do that, and then when you've got a goal back, you can switch them back to just up and left on the D-pad once again, and it puts it back to stay back while attacking. So make sure you are doing that. Now guys, onto the tactics for this one. We've got press after possession loss. We've got 50 width, 65 depth, fast build up, direct passing, 35 width on the attacking side of things, 6 players in the box, and the corners and free kicks both on 4. The corners I like to have on 2. I don't know why that's on 4, but these are my go-to tactics. So I want to go over them in a bit more detail and why I use them this way. Press after possession loss is very, very aggressive. You have to be careful using this. Only really use this if you're very confident in your defending, because your players are going to be all over the place pressing the ball like crazy. So make sure that you are very good at the game and you're able to use these and you're confident in your abilities to make people rage quit. This formation here and these tactics are really my rage quit formation. If I want to get my games done quickly, I go into this formation and I get rage quits galore, and press after possession loss is really good for that because it's essentially the gegenpress if you watch real life football. And it works really well, but as I said, it's really aggressive and your players will be out of position, so you have to cover, you have to control your centre backs and stuff like that to make this formation work. 50 width, you don't want to go too wide here and get done down the centre. You don't want to put this down too much and get done down the flanks. If you put this up too high and you're up against another diamond or narrow formation, you're going to get absolutely destroyed down the middle. If you put it too low, you're going to get destroyed by the 4-3-3s, the 4-2-3-1s, so on and so forth. So make sure you have this on 50. 65 depth, once again, aggressive formation, want to be aggressive defensively, lots of offside traps, lots of switching into the centre backs to push up the line and stuff like that. 65 depth really, really does put you on the front foot at all times and does show your opponent that you mean a lot of business. Fast build up is so good for counter-attacking, so good for getting a quick go out of nowhere. I love this tactic as well. These two here together work so well within each other. And if you want quick goals, you want quick counter-attacks, fast build up and direct passing are king for that. And the 35 width on the attacking side of things, it's a direct narrow formation. You might as well keep it direct. So I've always used 35 or lower width in this formation. And it just means that your team stays really narrow and you're trying to do the sprint boost, you're trying to go through the middle, you're trying to do the link-ups between the two strikers and getting the cam involved. And the 35 width does provide that for me. 6 players in the box once again. So you've got a lot of options in the box in terms of crossing, going down to the byline and finding that cutback. This is really good as well for being able to kind of switch up the play a little bit and offer something different, which you wouldn't expect from a full 1-2-1-2 narrow. And then guys, time for the formation where you really need a goal. We're in the 3-4-2-1 here. I don't use this too much. I find that the 4-1-2-1-2 narrow does just work for me and I get most of my wins from that. But this formation is if you really need a goal. Still has a bit of defensive cover, but it's here for when you need a goal. So, striker on stay forward and stay central. Your centre forwards both on stay forward. Your right mid and left mid both on stay forward as well. And then for the 2 midfielders, we've got Gundogan on balance and Sabitzer once again on stay while attacking and cover centre. Both of them are on cover centre here, just because you haven't got too much cover in the middle now. So you've got so many players staying forward. You're going to need to make sure your centre backs are really, really fast to cover with this. So Team of the Year, Virgil van Dijk and Eder Militao are in here because they're really fast and they're the outside centre backs for that reason as well. But as I said, this is for when you need a goal desperately, and a lot of players on stay forward. He can have a lot in the attacking side of things and not a lot in defence. So make sure you're using this only if you really desperately need a goal. And then for the tactics for this one, press after possession loss, 50 width, 75 depth, fast build up, direct passing, 65 width, and 8 players in the box with corners and free kicks both being on free. But once again, up to you for that one. Players in the box here is crazy. You can have so many options in the box. Direct pass and fast build up, I've already gone over that. High depth once again because we want to be in the ascendancy here. We want to be getting the goal back. And once again, press after possession loss because, you know, constant pressure you can do in game with just putting team press on. Press after possession loss is not enough to drain your stamina to the point of complete rehabilitation of your players, but you still will have a little bit of stamina to keep pressing, which is nice. So those are the really aggressive tactics, guys. And those are all of my tactics going into FUT Champs this weekend, and all that I'll be using for all of Team of the Season as well, guys. If these did help you, make sure you leave a like on it, subscribe to the channel. Let me know what rank you get in Champs in the comment section below. And have a good day, guys. Take care.